And good morning, everyone. This is sponsored by St. Louis FC Soccer. They are on the road tomorrow night at Reno, beginning at 9:30. The game of baseball honors some of its all-time greats this weekend with the induction of Chipper Jones, Jim Thome, Trevor Hoffman, and Vladimir Guerrero into the Hall of Fame. An occasion like this allows us to wonder which member of the Cardinals family might be the next to be enshrined in Cooperstown. The most obvious answer, and one that has received much debate recently, is Yadier Molina. I know I'm not the first to tell you, but this is going to be a complicated case.
Why?
9-time All-Star, yes. 8-time Gold Glove winner, that's impressive, and accomplishments deserving of Hall consideration. But my question isn't if Yadi is Cooperstown worthy. That answer for me is an emphatic yes. The question is whether a numbers-driven electorate will look deeper than the stats to contemplate Molina's case. The raw truth is that Yadi doesn't possess any one eye-popping statistic on his resume. Compare him to catchers that have come before Bench, Fisk, Piazza, and Molina falls short. It's going to take anecdotal evidence to put Molina over the top. You know, his legendary arm strength or the way he handled a pitching staff. 2 World Series rings, those don't hurt either. In 8 years or so, when Molina is eligible, the electorate will admittedly be a little younger and more willing to credit Molina for his intangibles. But make no mistake about it, Yadi is no surefire candidate. And the next slam dunk Cardinal to make the Hall is actually currently wearing Angels red in Anaheim. McGraw?
Yeah. By the way, I have just enough time to tell you this. So I was looking at this. I was looking at this the other day, talking about Albert Pujols. Let me see if I can find this, because this was really interesting. They were comparing Mike Trout and his first 1,000 games to Albert Pujols and his first 1,000 games. You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Mike Trout, first 1,000 games, 308 average. Albert Pujols, first 1,000 games, 330. First 1,000 games from Mike Trout, 754 runs. Albert, 789 runs. Trout, 1,126 hits. Albert, 1,236 hits, so 100 more hits. Home runs. He had 40 more home runs in his first 1,000 games. 224 home runs for Mike Trout, 266 for Albert Pujols. RBIs, Trout, 617. Albert, 804. Slugging percentage, Trout, 574. Albert, 623. On-base percentage, 414 for Trout, 417 for Albert. That's about the same. On-base percentage, 988 for Mike Trout, over 1.04. Strikeouts, Trout, 937. Albert, 426. So Albert's first 1,000 games destroyed Mike Trout in all of these categories.
At least at the plate, and we forget how dominant he was as a hitter.
Yeah.
Here in St. Louis, just because obviously injuries have taken a lot of his game away.
Yeah.
But what makes Trout so good as well, McGraw, is with all of his offensive stats and the fact that he plays center field.
I get it.
It sort of puts him over the top as one of the best players we've ever seen. But there's little
one
doubt.
of the best we've ever seen. But the best we've ever seen was Albert. That's my point.
It's hard to disagree, and
you're not disagreeing with me.
I'm not in this instance.
With everything else, I did disagree with you completely, but with this, you're right.
But Pujols is the guy. We're talking about Cardinals Hall of Famers. It's Yadi's case is, again, complicated. Albert, there's no complications about it.
Just passed. He's now 6th all-time on the home run list.
He passed Junior Griffey. He's now in 6th all by himself on the home run list.
And he's not even a home run hitter. He's a line drive hitter. Think about that for a second.
He's just a great hitter. And
greatest we've ever seen.
The greatest I've ever seen here in town. And when he's eligible for the Hall of Fame, he'll be a first ballot guy, no question about it.
First ballot human being as well. Same as Bob Costas. Let's give a shout out to Bob Costas. Right?
Ford C. Frick winner this weekend. I'm telling you what, if if you've got a shot, I think MLB Network shows the award ceremony. It's
Yeah.
going to be spectacular.
He's going to be a great
tremendous
speech. Yeah.
His speech will be tremendous. It's a great class. 6, because don't forget Jack Morris and Alan Trammell going in as well through the Veterans Committee. This is one of the greatest classes they've had at the Hall.
Also, Bob Costas has been about as nice a person as you could possibly run up with in this business, right? I mean, he has been so nice to every single person, every other broadcaster who has ever come along and said hi to him and asked him for an interview or whatever else. The man is about as class as it can be. So
one of the best storytellers of all time.
And just a really, really nice guy.
No
just
question
a
about it.
good dude. So it's good to see that. All right. Thank you, Brendan.